Good morning and welcome to day 2 of our 7-day yoga challenge. So just coming to a nice comfortable cross-legged position. Just bringing your hands to rest gently on your knees. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And let's just take a few moments to gather and center ourselves on the mat. Maybe setting an intention for your practice this morning and just taking a few moments to arrive, let go of what's been happening for you in your day so far. Take a moment to observe your natural breath as it is, and for the moment just without changing. So this morning we're going to practice the 3-phase breath. So we'll bring our hands to our low belly. The fingertips will just gently meet. And then drawing the breath into the low belly, into the palms of the hands so that the fingers separate. And on the exhale, just drawing the belly button back in and up very slightly. And repeating that twice more. And now we'll move our hands up to find the rib cage and really splay the fingers here. Feel into your ribs. Breathe into the palms of your hands. Feel your rib cage lift and expand to the sides. And one more. Finally, moving the hands up to the chest. Really splay your fingers out into your collarbones, into the shoulders. Inhaling. That little draw up and in of the belly button on the exhale. And then we'll leave one hand on the chest, fingers splaying to the collarbone, one hand on the low belly, and let's link the 3 parts of the breath. Begin to breathe into the low belly, drawing that breath all the way up through the rib cage. Feel them lift and expand all the way up to the chest. Feel yourself rising tall through the crown of the head. Insert a little pause at the top of the breath and then release from top to bottom. And repeating twice more. Last one. Lovely, and then let's release. So we're going to come first into a little spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So we'll start with the right leg, so bringing your right heel towards your left buttock, and then crossing your left leg over that bent right knee. So inhale, we'll draw the right arm up, gaining length, and on the exhale, try to hook the outside of your elbow to the outside of the left knee. And then the left arm comes behind, roughly in line with your spine, and really push into that left palm, left hand. Try to straighten, lengthen up your spine. Inhale, spiraling up through the crown. Exhale as you twist, belly button drawn in, and look over beyond your left shoulder. Holding here, take another breath in, rise up. Exhale, twist to the left, keep engaging and pressing through that left sole. A lovely twist for detoxifying. And slowly inhale, coming back to center. And we'll just shake out the legs and come to the other side. So the left heel to the right buttock, cross the right leg over that bent left knee. Inhale, lengthen up through the left arm, really reaching up and then hooking the elbow to the outside of your right knee. Bring your right arm behind, press down, really rising up through the crown. Exhale, twist to the right, belly button drawn in, making lots of space for your twist. Keep engaging through the right sole. One more breath, inhale, rising. Exhale, twist and look beyond your right shoulder. And then slowly unwind back to the center and just take a moment to shake out the legs. So we're going to come up into a high kneeling or a kneeling position, not so high, and practice a little bit of shoulder work. If you have a strap handy or a scarf or anything like that will do. We're going to practice the pose Gomukhasana, cow pose or cow face pose. So really working into the shoulder and the shoulder blade. So if you are using a strap, you can just gently bring it over the right shoulder. So we're sitting back comfortably on our heels and we'll start by drawing the right arm all the way up, going for that length, opening up under the armpit. Then drop the right hand between your shoulder blade, walking it down gently as far as you can. We'll take the left hand and just gently nudge back the top of that right elbow. And here you can grab a hold of the one end of your strap. Keep the chest lifted and then we'll bring the left arm behind and just look for the other end of your strap. Walk your hands close together and then just begin to make little circles on the roof with the tip of your elbow, really trying to get into that joint, into the shoulder blade. And then moving in the opposite direction with your circles. Taking the time to get right in there. And then shake out and release. And moving then directly to the other side. So again, if you're using the strap, perhaps your hands might come to meet, but if not, the strap is a good way to train yourself towards the pose. So inhale, lengthen up through that left arm, really reach up. Drop the hand between your shoulder blades. Use your right hand to just nudging it back a little bit. Keep the chest lifted if you can, then bring the right hand behind, grab the strap. Grabbing both ends, try to walk your hands closer together. Lift up the chest, lean back slightly, and then begin to make those little circles with the tip of your elbow on the ceiling. And then going in the opposite direction. Really getting into those little joints. And then release, shake out the arms, roll the shoulders a little bit. And then we will just leave our strap behind for the moment. Bring ourselves onto all fours. Stacking the hips over the knees, and we'll just roll through a couple of cat-cow poses here. Relax and release the belly towards the floor. Inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the head, point the tailbone up. Exhale as you move into cat. Really push the ground away from you. Arch the upper back, squeeze the abdominal region. And maybe shutting down the eyes and just moving through this lovely flow for the spine. Last one, coming forward, hands are engaged. Exhale, moving back. And now we're going to come into puppy pose. So depending where you are on your mat, like myself, you may need to move back a little bit because we're going to stretch and reach our arms forward. So in puppy pose, remember we're trying to keep the hips stacked over the knees, and we're just moving our arms forward. So moving slowly towards this lovely spinal stretch, and just gently easing your forehead towards the floor, relaxing your chest, and find your breath. Arms are still nice and active, reaching forward, and with each exhale, you're allowing the chest to drop further to the floor. One more breath here. And then to release, lift the head and slowly walk your hands back in a little bit. Going to release now into a forearm plank. So bring your forearms down to the mat in a sphinx pose shape. Stretch the right leg back and stretch the left leg back. And really push back here through your heels like you're trying to push your heels into an imaginary ball behind you. Really stretching into the backs of the calves. And then we're just going to gently seesaw forwards and backwards. So inhale, drawing your chest forward. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale forward. Exhale, pushing back. Lift and squeeze through the low belly. 2 more. And last one. Coming forward again and slowly begin to release the belly to the floor. Unhook the toes, finding yourself in a nice sphinx pose here. And you can just gently move the hips here, left and right, just moving, wiggling them out. Press the ground away from you with the forearms. And then on your next exhale, we're going to rise into seal pose. You can slightly turn the fingertips out to the side. Exhale and lift up. So a deeper stretch for the lower back. So do listen to your body. See how you feel. Breathing here. So belly button is now off the floor. Pubic bone pushing down. Chest is still drawing forward. One more breath. And then slowly we'll begin to release down. Forehead to the mat. Place your hands on the mat directly under your shoulders. We're going to come up into a cobra. Begin to inhale, slide your nose and chin forward, going for the length. And exhale, keeping the elbows slightly bent, pressing up. Chest draw forward. And now moving in and out. So we release all the way back down. Inhale, slither, slide forward. Exhale, press up. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Try to draw your shoulder blades back. Last one. Inhale, slide forward. Press back, and this time we're going to push our buttocks all the way back towards our heels. Take a long spinal stretch here, forehead coming towards the mat. Take a breath in, and on your next exhale, pushing up into downward facing dog, and just pedal out here. Finding a little bit of mobility or immobility, I should say, in the pose. Remember, you can generously bend your knees. We're looking for a long, long spine. Active arms, inner arms drawing in towards each other, towards the ears. Strong grip through the finger pads. Gaze towards knees or navel. On your next inhale, we're going to rise high to the tippy toes and wave forward into plank pose. Press the ground away. Inhale, begin to bend the knees towards the mat, but don't bring them down. Press your hips and buttocks to the wall behind you. Exhale to down dog. And again, inhale, rise high to tippy toes. Draw the belly in, waving forward to plank. Exhale, begin to press the knees towards the floor. Push the hips and buttocks back. One more time. Inhale, rise high, arching, waving forward, finding plank. Exhale, bend the knees, push the hips back into down dog. Take a breath here. Lift the head, look to that space between your hands, top of the mat, and step up with the right, step with the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. And inhale to rise all the way up. Exhaling to prayer. So let's run through a nice flowy, loose sun salutation. Shake out the arms, shake out the upper body. Separate the toes. And really anchor and ground down through the soles of your feet to prepare. Take one inhalation, drawing the energy up. Exhale as you ground and root down. Inhale, float the arms up, draw the energy, gazing up. Really reach and stretch. Exhale as you bow forward, fingertips to the mat, and release the crown towards the floor, soften the back of the neck. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step back to plank pose. Push the ground away. Inhale, exhale, drop your knees. Chest and chin, elbows bent towards you. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push the hips and buttocks back. Forehead to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lift the head. Walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. And exhale to prayer. Lovely. So we're going to move into pyramid pose. So to prepare for that, we're going to bring our arms behind. If it's there, you can see about bringing in a reverse prayer. If not, just opposite hand to opposite elbow. So we're going to start by grounding down through the right leg. We're going to come into pyramid through a balance. So find a dristi, a point ahead of you on the floor, something you can fix and stare your gaze at. Become nice and light on the ball or the toes of the left foot, and then just lifting that knee up, balancing here for a breath. And on the exhale, we're drawing this leg back as we draw the chest forward. We're not going to bring it back too far, just dropping it at an angle, straighten through the right leg. Inhale as you lift the chest, arching up and back. Exhale as you begin to come forward through a flat back. Try to draw the left hip forward, the right hip back. And then from flat back, maybe coming down a little further, directing your nose towards your knees. Strong engagement through the legs, through the feet. Inhale, rise up slightly, moving into triangle trikonasana. Right arm to the inside of the right leg. Peel the left hip open and back and reach up. Breathing here. Slowly, slowly bring the left fingertips down to the floor. And then we're going to come into a low lunge. So begin to bend into the right knee. Release the left knee to the floor. Inhale as you reach and stretch up. Maybe arching up and back slightly. Release the fingers to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, begin to straighten through the right leg. Come on to the heel. Draw the hands, the fingertips all the way back. Inhale, coming forward, and then just heel toe your right foot over to the left side of the mat and coming towards pigeon pose. Walk that left leg back as far as you can. Unhook the toes. Squeeze the left glute. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, leading with the chest, coming forward any amount. Forehead to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up. So we're flowing in and out. Lift the chest. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale. Exhale as you lift all the way up. Lovely. To release from this, plant the palms to the floor. Hook the left toes, lift the left leg away, and we're going to step back into plank pose and drop down through a low vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, elbows neat into the sides. Cobra. Exhale, pushing back for that long, long spinal stretch. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. And to release, look towards the top. If you do want to take a little bunny hop on the exhale, bend the knees deeply. Inhale and hop to the top, to flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to prayer at the heart center. And then we're going to move to the opposite side. So moving through our pyramid pose. So this time we're rooting and grounding down strongly through the left leg. Really separate and spread the toes on that left foot. Make sure you have enough space to step back. For the arms, you can have opposite arm, hand to elbow, or find reverse prayer and walk that prayer up through the shoulder blades. Find your dristi, a nice spot, fixed spot ahead of you on the floor, as we come into it through a balance, coming light onto the left tippy toes, and then just lifting your leg, your knee up. Breathing here. On the next exhale, we're slowly drawing the chest forward, drawing the right leg back, and just dropping it down at an angle. Straighten the left leg. Inhale, arching up and back, chest moves forward. Exhale as we begin to come forward through a nice flat back. Really anchor down through the feet. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Moving nose in the direction of the knee. Allow your crown to hang heavy. Legs and feet engaged, anchored. Inhale, rise up slightly, Trikonasana, left arm to the inside of the left leg. Peel the right hip open. Reach up through the right fingertips. As if someone is pulling your right hand all the way up. To release, bring both hands either side of the left foot. Begin to bend into the left knee. Drop the right knee down. Inhale. To low lunge, maybe arching up and back slightly. Exhale to release. We're going to stretch it into the back of the left leg. So begin to straighten the left leg, maybe come onto the heel. Walk your hands back a little bit. Keep trying to draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale. And just folding as best you can. Keep drawing the nose to the knee. Inhale as we come back up. Place the sole down. Heel toe the left foot over to the right edge of your mat. And we're settling into our pigeon pose. You can walk that right leg back as much as you can. Just maybe gently rock slightly left and right, finding that the both hips are a little bit balanced, or as evenly balanced as you can. Fingertips are gripping onto the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, begin to bow forward. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up. Squeeze the right buttocks. Inhale. Exhale, so flowing just smoothly, gently in and out. One more. Lovely. Then to release out of this pose, we bring our palms flat to the mat. Hook the right toes. Lift the right leg from the floor. Stepping back with your left leg. And then just dropping down here through a low vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, press the hips and buttocks back to the heels. Inhale. Exhale to our last downward dog. Gaze towards knees or navel. 3 breaths. And then from downward dog, we're going to come towards Malasana squat pose. So you can hop or step one foot up and then the other. Ease the buttocks down. If the floor is a long way or you have trouble coming down, remember you can always put a little brick just beneath the buttocks. Hands to prayer. Really use your elbows to push out the knees, the insides of the knees. Try to draw the chest forward, lengthen the spine up. Maybe close your eyes, take a couple of breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly we'll draw the arms forward and just release the buttocks to the floor and bend the knees forward. We're coming into a low boat pose. We're slowly going to ease ourselves back to the floor. So you can choose to either stay in low boat or maybe straightening both legs and coming into the full Navasana. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, gaze to the toes. And then very slowly, as slowly as you can, begin to ease yourself all the way down to the mat. Trying to avoid the big collapse at the end. And then stretch your arms back. Inhale. Draw the arms forward, and we're just going to take a little roll up. So to prepare, draw the chin towards the chest. Begin to peel your spine from the floor, coming all the way up. And take a nice little forward bend here. Inhale, lifting up. And we'll roll all the way down again, chin to chest. Taking your time, shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Take a big stretch. And inhale the arms back down alongside the body. And we're just going to finish up now with a nice bridge pose to articulate the spine. Bend the knees, draw the soles flat to the floor. Walk your heels in a little closer to the buttocks. Arms down alongside the body. Chin towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale, begin to press your low back down into the floor. You feel your tailbone lift and then just peel your spine all the way up into the shoulders, being mindful to keep a little gap between your neck and the floor. Once you're up, really squeeze your buttocks here. Engage and press your feet into the mat and the palms of your hands. Keep lifting up the hips as if there were hooks on the front of your hips, drawing you up to the ceiling. Keep squeezing the buttocks. One more breath. And then slowly release just one vertebra at a time, all the way down. And finally, hug your knees to your chest. And take a little moment to rock out your low back, making some circles. Coming back to the center, bringing yourself into a tiny ball. Lift your chest and head towards your knees and squeeze everything you can. Try to push your lower back down into the floor. Squeeze your facial muscles. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then slowly release the legs. Release the arms. And prepare your body now for a mini Shavasana. As always, if you have a lot of time, you could press pause here, put on some nice soothing music. But even if you don't have much time, it's important just to take a couple of moments in Shavasana, the time to download the benefits of the practice. So begin to feel the heavy weight of your body, releasing all its tension into the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Elbows, wrists, hands, the hips, backs of the knees, backs of the ankles, the heels. And just feel that your whole spine is relaxed, releasing towards the floor. Observe your breath as it enters through the nostrils, all the way down to the belly. And then if it's time for you to move, begin to make some small movements with your fingers and toes, moving the head and neck gently from left to right. Deepen the breath. Exhale, stretch the arms back. Bend the knees into the chest. Massage one more time your low back. Rolling onto one side and pressing down your top hand to ease yourself comfortably back up to where you started, in a comfortable seated pose or half lotus, taking a moment to lengthen out through the spine. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart center. Take a nice deep breath into the chest. And taking a gentle bow forward, just acknowledging your own body for this practice, for allowing you to move through the practice. Namaste. Well done, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for day 3 of our practice.